Hey, how's it going? Checking in for today. Just been to the gym, just for a quick session. Still pretty sore from yesterday. So just a nice light one today. Keeping off the legs as much as possible as well. But when I was in the gym, maybe it's because it was a light session, I had a bit of time, kind of in headspace to think. And I was trying to process some of the stuff that I've been thinking over the last few days. And this sort of fairly roller coaster start to 2019 with the speaking business and my goals therein. I had a really good positive start to the year with 4 really good speaking engagements, one of which was my own, Momentum, and 3 others. And I felt like I had all these things kind of bubbling away and coming through. And then I just got the two speaking gigs this month, both on the same date. That's next Tuesday. So that's kind of okay. And I've got one in for next month, and I've got a couple of other things coming up as well. This big one that's been booked in for April. I've got something in May. So I've got like 1s and 2s coming through, but they've been booked in for a while, most of those. And I feel like like I said the other day, I've lost that momentum. And so I was thinking in the gym about all of this and what I really want to be doing. And it's not just about getting more speaking engagements, but it's actually having that impact. It's having a really clear message that people can take away. And I know I'm not going to get the whole audience going away and taking action, but just to get more people doing things and knowing what they need to do next, and being really clear with that. And I certainly think that my message has got a lot clearer over the last few months. But there was something I read on a Facebook post by another speaker, actually a really good speaker, someone who does a lot of speaker engagements. And this is all he does, motivational speaker. He's not a coach, doesn't do any of that stuff, I don't think, but he definitely does a lot of speaking, but his own events on as well. And one of the things that he was saying was about how people from years back remember him and what he was talking about as well. He's got a very unique story. So I guess in some ways there's an advantage there, but excuses. But he had this thing where he was talking about how somebody from literally 7 or 8 years ago had been to another of his sessions, or had recommended him. Actually, they'd booked him or recommended him to speak at their event, and could remember the message that he had 7 or 8 years ago. And so he was putting this post up on LinkedIn, it was, about how, top speaking tip, be memorable. And kind of that really has stuck with me. And I've been thinking about it today and over the last few days as well, thinking, well, what do I want people to remember me as after a speech, after a talk, a presentation, a workshop, any sort of interaction? Not remember me, but remember the message. And it's really sort of come to my mind today, in particular, in the gym session that I've just come from, that is definitely one of the really, really most critical things that I got to keep working on and keep refining, just so I've got something that's okay at the moment. And the message is always a little bit different depending on the audience and the situation. But it's absolutely fundamental. And I know that anyway, I know that intellectually, but I think I possibly underestimated the importance of that. And the reason why I was thinking about that today, in the context of this sort of roller coaster of start to 2019, is that I know how important it is to be up there speaking, because I know that the more I'm speaking, the more people see me speak, and the more people are likely to say, well, that guy was pretty good, let's book him for our event. And it might not be for a few years' time, a few years down the line. But it happens. It's what's got me this big speaking gig in April. Somebody saw me speak 3 years ago at an event, and that was on pure well-being. And there definitely wasn't one really clear message with that talk. It was a 3.5-hour workshop, I think. So if I'm going to be doing more talks, I need to make sure that I'm being more memorable, because I know that being memorable and having that impact, having people take something away, so yeah, that was good, I can do something with that. I know that that's what's going to increase my chances of getting rebookings, which is a part of the not just the strategy I have, but that's part of what I want to achieve, and that is an end in itself. But it's also the thing that creates this energy, this vicious circle going up, that kind of a vortex, if you will, where I'm getting more bookings because more people are seeing me, and more people are seeing that they like the message and they resonate with it, and so they want to book me for their events and so on. So it's not just about getting more speaking gigs, it's about being more memorable as well, so that when I'm speaking in those gigs, from those stages, on those platforms, in front of those audiences, I've got more chance of actually having that impact, so people do remember me and remember the message. That probably isn't quite as articulate as I'd like it to be. As you can probably hear, I'm still a little bit out of breath from the gym, but it's kind of making sense to me. Even if it's not making sense in this video, it's making sense to me, which is a good thing. But I'm going to go away and process that a little bit more. There's nothing groundbreaking with this. It's like, have a message, be clear, have more of an impact. That's pretty much it. But I think I've underestimated the importance of that, and also the place that the part that has to play in my overall strategy for building this business. So there we go. There's my check-in for the day. I will be back again with more tomorrow. There have been no proper updates today in terms of stuff happening, me working on projects. Nothing really happened today with that, and I made a few notes about that as well. Some ideas in my gym session as well, which I shall share more about tomorrow when I've had a chance to process them too. So anyway, that's me over and out. Back again with more tomorrow. Bye for now.